All right, there he is, locked and loaded and ready to go. How you feeling, my man? You feeling
Good.
good?
I'm good, Big O. How's Vegas?
Well, I just got here. I mean, it was great last night because I had an
Yeah.
In-N-Out burger.
Oh,
So
that's
once you have
nice.
an In-N-Out burger, then you've arrived. You know what I'm
You're
saying? Because
officially on the West Coast. Yeah, when you have an In-N-Out burger.
well,
That's for
that's the
sure.
law. That's the law for me. You can ask
Yeah.
Sean. The second I get off the airport in Vegas, my first stop is In-N-Out Burger every time, dude.
That,
Every single time.
that,
I never miss it.
that's a good rule to live by. I'll be having
Yes.
one in like 3-4 weeks during the Heat's West Coast trip, so I'm looking
Oh,
forward
you
to it.
going to LA?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. All right.
I'll have a few
Yes.
In-N-Out burgers.
Yeah, yeah. Because San Francisco, you can have In-N-Out.
Yeah.
LA, you can have In-N-Out. Soon you'll get Seattle back, by the way.
Yeah. That'd be
And
fun.
then and eventually the league will add Vegas too, which will
Hmm.
have In-N-Out. Which again, you I would I was so wrong about that because I was convinced I would have put my life on the line here that the NBA was going to be the first league in Vegas, not the last.
Yeah.
No way, dude. No
Yeah.
way,
No.
last.
Yeah. It's a little bit surprising because the NBA is usually ahead of the curve on a lot of things.
Shocker.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess the opportunity hasn't presented itself. I don't know. That stuff is complicated, but eventually it's going to happen. I mean, it's only a matter of time at this point.
By the way, all of you beat writers should have just like strike. Either
Until
we
there's a
get
team
a
in Vegas.
Vegas team or we're not covering the league, period. And that's it. And they would have folded right away and they would have given you guys a Vegas team. But
You know how
eventually,
they get us. You know how they get us. They give us 2 weeks in Vegas for summer league. That's how they get
there you
us.
go. There you go.
So
There you
that's the alternative.
go.
So I'll
Although,
take that.
man, in between that walkway in between the building,
Yeah,
holy shit, that thing gets hot.
yeah,
Like it's hot, and then it gets even hotter in the middle, right when when you go to get your
yeah,
credentials and all
yeah,
that.
yeah. Right in the little corridor. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, dude, that corridor, all of a sudden it goes up 10 more degrees. You're
yeah.
like, what the hell is this? It's like an oven in there trapping up that heat. That's the
That's the
only thing
thing.
about that's the only thing about the Vegas Summer League is you just want to get in and out of the heat.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that's the thing. Vegas would be a lot nicer in December rather than July, but
Yes.
I'll take summer league. It's fine. It's a fun few weeks.
Yeah, it was nice and comfortable last night here in Vegas. It was sweet. All right, so the boys, they're back in action tonight, taking on the Cavs. I like that there's no Bam. It's
Hmm.
not that I don't want to see the man play. I just want to see the man get healthy. It's kind of like the Teron Armstead situation with the Dolphins now. Let's hold off, bro. Let's hold off. And the beauty is, hey, you performed well without him the other night.
Yeah, and look, and like it's kind of like the Toronto Armstead situation where I'm looking at the schedule right now. I mean, Cleveland tonight's a tougher game. Cleveland has Donovan Mitchell back. They're a good team.
Yeah, they're a
But
good
after
team.
that, you have 2 games against Charlotte, 2 games against the Bulls. So after this game, you have, I mean, Charlotte's one of the worst teams in the league. The Bulls have been struggling all season. So I'm not saying Bam's going to miss the next 5 games, but if you really want to rest him and get him right, you have the luxury of doing that right now because you have a lot of days off and you have um, opponents that you could probably beat without Bam. So it's working out right now where they can give him that time to get as close to 100% as possible.
By the way, Michael sold the team, but he still gets to make the decisions.
I don't know.
Okay,
That one I have to look and see. I don't think he does. That sounds like
okay.
Mark Cuban,
That
but
now that because I was going to say
yeah,
when you buy the team off Mark Cuban, did you watch him with the Kyrie thing? Why would you want him making decisions?
yeah,
That's kind of odd on that one, but whatever. But apparently he's going to open a casino there now.
which is probably why he
That's why he sold
sold.
out.
Yeah, yeah, that
That's why he
makes a lot
sold
of
out
sense.
because
Yeah,
he's going to open a casino. So
he knows where the money is. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly. And as I tell everybody out there, I'm a crypto guy. Mark Cuban has a company. He's part of a company called Injective Protocol. I picked up that company when it was $1.43. It's at $17. Thank you, Mark Cuban.
wow.
Okay. I gave you guys Alethea Liquid Intelligence Token. It's an AI company with Mark Cuban in it. And I gave it to you at a penny and a half, like 1.7, 1.8. It's now at 2.5 pennies. It's moving up. Okay. So, and it was at 9 cents, by the way. I gave them Alethea last year when it was at 88 thousandth of a penny, and it went to 9 pennies, so at 10 times. Then the
Wow.
bear market came, it went back down, and now it stayed stuck at a penny, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8 pennies, right around there. Now it's at 2.5, and it's going to go past the 9 pennies it had last time. It's going to go even higher. So, just want to tell you, just to kind of weave in a little crypto with
Yeah.
Mark Cuban, I want to thank Mark Cuban because he's making me some money. And I'm making people money out there
Money.
by doing my homework and figuring all this shit out for you guys. So, Alethea Liquid Intelligence Token, if you want to.
We definitely got to talk about that, baby, because I'm intrigued. I'm definitely intrigued. I'm just, two kids under 5 following the heat around the country is like I have very little time to keep track of that stuff, but definitely
If you would eliminate 1 cup of Starbucks every day and buy Bitcoin with that instead, it would turn into thousands of dollars.
You know me, big. I'm not a Starbucks guy. I'm a cafecito guy. So
okay, well, whatever it is, whatever damage you do to yourself, that there's some kind of extra that you treat yourself, you eliminate that extra and make it a Bitcoin or anything else. And,
yeah.
But anyway, it is what it is. So tonight, no Bam, no Tyler, of course, no Hayward Highsmith. Anything else that we should know about?
Duncan Robinson is probable.
Okay.
There's a growing strain. That's what he's listed as. I would imagine he would play, but they also brought up Cole Swider from the G League, I guess, as kind of an insurance if he doesn't play. We've seen that already this season where a guy's probable 1 hour and then he gets a downgrade to questionable, and then all of a sudden he's out. So, but as of now, he's probable. So it looks like it's quote unquote just those 3 guys, the 3 starters. So again, without 3 starters, but they've proven they have the depth to at least be competitive with most teams, even without those guys.
What's he shooting in the G League from 3? Cole?
A high percentage. I don't have it off the top of my head, but a high percentage. He's playing very well. Obviously, he's had some run a little bit with the Heat the last few weeks because they've been shorthanded. He hasn't played much, but he also hit some threes also with the Heat. So that's what he does. It's more about can you hold up on the defensive end. Same thing as Duncan early on in his career of like, okay, you can hit threes, but is he going to be a liability on the defensive end? That's the big question mark with him. That he's a big guy. He's like 6'9", bigger than Duncan even.
Yeah. When you're talking about that, it's reminding me of the conversation Spo just had with the European reporter that was asking him about Jokic, and it's like, and Spo is so marvelous because he even handles questions. We're trying to teach him to be a complete player. He's trying to explain to him that it's not just what he may like to, because obviously spinning off of that interview that he was either misrepresented or whatever, it still doesn't matter. They're still running with the same narrative that you should play him at power forward and all that. And that's kind of where that guy was coming from. And I love the very decent way that Spo was explaining to him, yo, dude, we like to make people complete players here, kind of like what Duncan Robinson is now, because that's not a surprise anymore, that kind of stuff,
Yeah, and Nico's admitted it. Nico has admitted it. Like when I've spoken with him, he's like, I have confidence on the offensive end. I know I could be effective on the offensive end. I have no doubt about that. But defensively, I'm still trying to figure things out. Because he's used to switching, but they want to play him in drop. They want him to blitz, and he's not used to. So it's like right now everything's just really fast for him on the defensive end. You see it when he's out there, commits 2 or 3 fouls in a few minutes on the court. They're targeting him on the defensive end.
Right.
It's tough for him, and that's gonna be the area that he's gonna have to. He's never gonna be an elite defender, probably, but if he could just hold up on that end, he'll get playing time because he is very skilled offensively.
Yeah, and Duncan can walk up to him and say, "Hey, that used to happen to me too, bro. Don't worry about it. I used to get targeted also." You got Sean. You got no mic on.
Cole Strider, 42% in the G League.
There you go.
52? Wow.
42.
Oh, 42. Okay, well, it's still good. 42.
Still
He's taking
good.
12 a game.
12 threes a game.
Oh, shit.
That's a good percentage for 12 threes a game. I'll say that.
Oh, man. So Cole's going to go, hey, coach, I was getting 12 shots a game down in the G League. So let's go, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go, buddy. Let me. We should call him the stroker. That's it. We used to have Don Strock was a stroker. Now we've got a new stroker, Cole Swider.
He is definitely not afraid to shoot the ball. I remember Duncan early on. Spo would say, "Well, we have to get him to, he has to take the shots when he's open. I'm on him. We're all on him to take those shots when he has them." Cole Swider, you don't have to do that. Even when he's with the Heat, he's in there for 5-6 minutes. He's taking 3 or 4 shots. He is aggressive, which is good. The Heat like that.
Oh, the Heat like that. Yeah, definitely. You don't want a guy that's scared or timid, dude.
No, especially with that skill set. He's on the court to take those shots. So when you're open, take them.
Amen. I'm with you there. All right, so tonight, what are you expecting against the Cavs, my brother? The Cavs are favored by 1. I killed it the other night, man. Heat were favored. I believe the opening line was 1.5 or 2.5. And then when Toronto took the lead, it was Heat plus 1.5, and it got to Heat plus 4.5. And I was like, yo, man, I'm doubling, I'm tripling this bet now. I love the live line because it just moves, and then you get real value, in the process. And so value, Cavs are favored by 1, so I'm already getting 1 point here. What do you think about this game?
I hate to be so negative all the time when you ask me this question, because I think the last time I told you, and I was right. I think I was right when you asked me about the Heat. I forget who was against, but I said I would go against the Heat. I think it was the Bucks, maybe. I think it might have been the Bucks game when you asked me. I think I would take the Cavs again, only because the Heat are missing 3 starters, right? And the Cavs are fairly healthy. I think they're only going to be missing LeVert. I know the Heat beat Cleveland by like 30 points the day before Thanksgiving, but they were without Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
They were without a couple other guys. And usually when you beat a team by 30 points on their home court, that team remembers that, especially when it was like 2 weeks ago. And again, the Heat are without 3 starters, so that's tough. I mean, they're going to probably be starting Orlando Robinson again.
He played well the other night, dude.
He did play well, but now you're going up against Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. So it's a little bit of a different level of competition. So we'll see how he fares. He has gotten better. He did play very well. But I just think Cleveland when they're healthy.
Let me add something about Orlando. From the fearless department, he has none.
No, and the Heat love that.
Okay, all right, because just like Cole Swider will hoop, Orlando Robinson does not back down, dude.
No.
You know what I love about Orlando Robinson is that he's not going to be the most athletic guy, but he's not going to be the guy you're going to outwork. And that's how you make up for that. When you're not as athletic as everybody else and it comes easier for some, you're going to need to hustle more than others. And I love that kid's hustle, bro. It doesn't stop.
And it's also, he has a good skill level on the offensive end. I mean, he has a good little baby hook around the basket. He has good touch on the basket. Now he can hit the threes. He's 6 of 8 now, I think, on threes this season. He's added that to his game. He even made a few nice passes on the roll. The open guys, I think he had 3 or 4 assists last game. So offensively, he's an NBA player. It's the defense that he's gotten better at, but is going to need to improve for him to get consistent playing time when this team is fully healthy. But going back to the original question, I would take Cleveland just because they're healthier and they're a good team. They have one of the top defenses in the league. Their offense has been struggling, but I would expect tonight kind of be a little bit low scoring because should be 2 good defenses, and the Heat are missing 2 of their top scorers.
So you're telling me to wait till I'm getting 3.5, 4.5, 5.5 points or something like that, then go for it?
What? For the Heat, you're saying?
Yeah, because I'm only getting 1, so that's not value.
I would wait a little bit longer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like that.
I'm not giving you betting advice. I'm just telling you my prediction for the game. But
you're not a financial advisor. You're just a reporter doing your thing. That's
exactly. That's my prediction.
I get it. I don't have a problem with that. Shoot, what was I was gonna ask you something that I've now brain farted and forgot what I was gonna ask.
Was it about Orlando Robinson's defense? I know you were gonna.
No. About No, I like him. I just think I know what he is, and I know he's not a frontline player, but as a reserve player, I really
Yeah,
like
he's a
what
good
he
depth
brings.
piece.
Yeah, dude, what he
Yeah,
brings to the table. He's a good guy too. On top of all of that, so yeah, he's a Las Vegas guy.
he
By
is.
the way, speaking of it, and somebody put Man of 1,500 put the Las Vegas Aces, that they actually put a WNBA team here before an NBA team, which is
That's
kind of
true.
crazy. And by the way, haven't they won 2 straight titles?
They
Isn't
definitely won the last one. I think they,
right?
yeah, they definitely won the last one for sure.
I want to say Becky Hammond's won back-to-back titles.
Yeah, that sounds right. That
I
sounds right.
think I think so.
Either
Yeah,
back to back or two of the last three. One of those. They've won a couple titles recently.
I had such a crush on Becky Hammond when she was a player back in the day.
She's a good player too. Very good player.
She was a good player, and she was a looker also, and so it was always something that attracted me when I would watch Becky Hammond play. She's turned into one hell of
Yeah.
a coach, man. Damn, dude, it's impressive watching some of these young women grow up and become great, like Dawn Staley.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that is it's pretty cool to watch. We see it on the men's side, and now we're watching it on the women's side. I think it's actually really, really cool. All right, dude, I had something for you, and I forgot what the hell I was going to ask you. Well, what do you got going on in the Herald so folks can check you out, my man?
Yeah, yesterday I wrote something just on the Heat's defense. I know it's been a big storyline recently because it hasn't been that good, but it finally looked like a Heat defense in the second half of that Toronto game, holding them to 39 points. And that's important because, yes, the offense is trending in the right direction, but they need to be a top 10 defense to really have any shot here of getting a top 4 seed in the East. They need to because they're not, that's their identity. If they're going to have I think they're 15th ranked in defense, which is basically it's a definition of average on that end of the court. If they're going to be that, they're going to have a tough time this season. So that's important. That again, I know they're not healthy. They don't have Bam, their best defender, but they need to be better on that end for big picture wise for this season to go how they want it to go.
Well,
And today I put
Jimmy's missed some games.
yeah,
Bam has missed some games.
it's been
They
tough.
haven't been totally healthy. And then the other thing is the chef is still figuring shit out. And look, I think we're getting Caleb now turning the corner.
For
We
sure.
didn't have a healthy Caleb either, which is very important to this defense. If you're watching Caleb now, especially the other night, you're like starting to go, okay, I think now we're starting to get the old Caleb back. That's going to improve your defense. Jaquez, I think, will get better as the season goes on. I think this team will get better as the season goes on defensively, too. I think it's kind of early to assume that this is what you're going to get. I think there's more to come. And it seems like they understand that too, by the way, Anthony, that they know they've got to play defense because they're not the explosive
No,
offensive team out there.
no, and yes, their offense I think is ranked 12th right now, which is very good
Pretty
for
good.
them.
Pretty good.
But that's them shooting, very high percentage from three. I think they're fourth best team 3-point percentage. Like, I don't know if that's going to continue. They might fall back a little bit on offense, but yes, I would agree. I think their defense will pick up, but it is important that has to
Oh yeah.
happen for this team. It can't just be assumed. They have to be better on that end. So I think that's definitely something worth monitoring tonight and moving forward.
Yep, I'm with you there. All right, follow him on Twitter at Anthony_Chiang. Anthony, enjoy the basketball. Enjoy the weekend, my friend. We will catch up on Tuesday. Thank you, sir.
Sounds good, Big O. Thank you. Enjoy Vegas. Stay safe out there.
Always. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yes, sir. We will try to stay as safe as possible. Go enjoy a couple concerts.